what, it's not the best angle and I'm in front of a tatty wall, but I've just washed it and and Pinky and Jerry are playing nicely, so I thought, well, I'll do my video for New Year's then. It's not New Year's yet. I'm filming this on the 20th of December because I'm going to be busy all over Christmas. So I'm going to film it now and then put it on as premiere. If you're new here, my name's Victoria. I'm a home educating mum of 5 in the UK. If you'd like to support me or gain access to raw and filtered homeschool mum vlogs, I'll link my Patreon below. These are my plans for homeschool, home education, whatever for 2024, for the new year. Mostly, I just want to carry on as we are, which is a nice place to be in. But there are a few things I want to do or keep an eye on or whatever. So I'll tell you what they are. Last year, I was getting to grips with the fact I've been diagnosed with a nerve damage condition and my trigger is stress. So my goal at the start of 2023, my goal was pretty much to eliminate stress where I can. Sorry, I keep shaking the camera. I don't mean to keep doing that. I try and stay still. Well, to eliminate stress where I could, so that I'm healthy enough to carry on being a homeschool mum. And I have done that. We've changed church. We're at a much better church now, in a lot less stressful church. And I've quit my allotment. So one of my plans for 2024 is going to be trying to do it all, or as much as we can, in this back garden. I've already got raised beds and things out there. Things like the rows and rows of potatoes I used to do, I'm not going to be able to recreate. My mum did very kindly say that we could go down her allotment in the next village and plant some potatoes there, because they don't need much work, do the potatoes, but I don't know if I should or not, because I've cut all these things out to make things less stressful. It might be a bit silly to replace them with other things. So there's that. Club wise, Scouts has finished around here. My 13 and my 11-year-old go to Scouts, but the Scout leader's retired, and he told head office in Scouts months and months and months before that he was going to retire, and they didn't bother advertising it or doing anything about it. They advertised it about a week before he quit. So Scouts ended up shutting. So my 13-year-old and my 11-year-old don't have a club now, apart from Sunday school. I know the church does. And I mean, they've got a friend who comes around and plays with them, and they've got another friend that they talk to online and stuff like that. But actual clubs, they haven't really got anything. I'm going to want to try and find them something. Oh, and they've got a home ed group, sorry, as well. That's my other thing. So I want to find something for the 13 and 11-year-old, although it's proving hard. And I want the home ed group I've just mentioned. I've been horrible at keeping up with that this year. So I want to properly make sure that I keep, because it's not every single week, you see, the dates change and I get in a muddle or I forget or when I'm doing something else. So I'm gonna try and commit to the home ed group more. And other news in clubs, my daughter's quite happy where she is. She's doing rainbows and drama. But in September she'll move up to Brownie, so I don't know how that's going to pan out. And my 2-year-old has got two play groups to go to, so he's fine as well. But he's 7 now, but when you see this he'll be newly turned 8. My 8-year-old, it took him ages and ages and ages to settle into beavers. All this has been vlogged on me Patreon, and I can't really get into too much, or it's going to be too long a video. But it took him ages and ages to settle into beavers, and he goes into cubs when he goes back after Christmas, and there might be some problems where there might not. We're going to see how that pans out. But if he doesn't get on in cubs, I'm going to take him out and take him and see if he'll go to drama with Pinky instead. So I don't know what's going on there. So that's clubs. So I got to film it in 2 parts, or it's going to be too long for me to put on the computer. So that's clubs. What was the next thing? Oh, and now I'll go through the kids and ages. So, my 13-year-old, without going into too much detail of what's been said and when and all that lot, I'm sure you can imagine what. And Harry's 13, he needs some age-appropriate conversation, shall we say. Age-appropriate learning in certain areas. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We always said the husband would do the boys and I do the girls. It's not my fault there's no one girl. But it's fallen on me because he's ill. And I put it off and put it off and put it off. And we had a conversation today, and it wasn't nearly as embarrassing as I thought it was going to be. So it's the first of a series of conversations. So I need to make sure that there's time for us on our own, because obviously the other kids aren't old enough for these kind of conversations. There's enough time for us on our own so we can have these conversations, and I won't get embarrassed, and I see it through and make sure we have these conversations that he needs to have. Now he's 13, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And I'm also aware that, like, you know, other families do this younger, but one of the reasons we wanted to home educate was to keep them children while they were children and protect their innocence, and we're Romany gypsies and we don't generally talk about that sort of thing. So, but anyway, that's that. And the other thing for my 13-year-old is, exams aren't the all and end all, and I don't even know if that's what he's going to do. I don't even know if that's the route he'll want to take, but I'm finding it really frustrating finding a way into GCSEs for him or an alternative. And it's not that I want to push him to do it. I want him to have the options so he can decide what he wants to do. And folks say, oh, you know, what ages? Well, we haven't actually, because he's 13 now. He'll be taking his options in September. So, I contacted the youth project who were meant to do alternative education. And they said he could go on the day trips and go to the youth club. But we can't get there, but he has been on one of the day trips. So I wanted to make sure he goes on more of the day trips this year. But they can't give him the alternative education because you need funding via a school and he doesn't go to school. And then somebody told me about a 14 to 16-year-old, just mornings, which was ideal, home education course in the nearest town. I've emailed 3 different emails and they never get back to you. And I don't even know where it's at, so I can't just turn up and walk in or ring them up or anything. Someone I work with, their son's doing GMVQ life skills, and I thought, oh, that'd be amazing. I can pay for the exam myself. I just need to know how to go about it. So I contacted them, and they said they only deal with schools. I don't really want him going to the city on his own every day. I don't think he'd do it either. But the college in the nearest city, apparently they've had the funding talk. The college in the second nearest city, which I definitely don't want him going to because it's a shithole, and talked to a woman who lives nearer there than I do, and she said that it took her about a year and a half being messed about to get her kid on the course. I have heard they can do some sort of diploma from home, but I need to look into it. The thing is, because I've been so frustrated and I keep getting all these dead ends, and I keep thinking, right, I'll just put it off, but I need to sort something out for him. It looks like this video is going to be 3 parts, sorry. So that's my 13-year-old. My 11-year-old is really into animals, but Jasper, our dog, sort of the family dog, and the chickens are kind of the family chickens, and my 13-year-old sort of took it over there because he really loves them. So he hasn't really got any animals of his own. He really wants guinea pigs. I said we'd get him guinea pig stuff for Christmas if he buys the actual guinea pigs himself and looks after them. So I think that's going to be a real learning thing for him, really encouraging him in what he's interested in. So apart from finding him another club, I'm going to help him with his guinea pigs and encourage him with that this year. He's 7, but he'll be 8 when you watch this. So I was telling you about Beavers and Cubs. Apart from Beavers and Cubs thing, I just want to keep pushing with him because he's legally blind in one eye. He's had his challenges in life. A bit upset. I just want to keep pushing with him, and he's got a bit of an attention problem. So this was on my Patreon as well. I always do read aloud at bedtime, but it just wasn't working with the 8-year-old and the 6-year-old. The 6-year-old has got an attention span, but combine her with the 8-year-old, she ain't listening. And it just wasn't working, and I was getting stressed and frustrated, and it just wasn't working. So what I've started doing is, I still do read aloud at bedtime for the older two, the 13-year-old and the 11-year-old. You know, I keep reading to them as long as they want me to, because I don't know how much longer a 13-year-old's going to want that. At the moment he enjoys it. But anyway, so I've started doing like a shorter, younger in age, sort of maybe a bit silly, read aloud of an afternoon for them all. And I thought, with it being the afternoon, my 8-year-old will have more attention span, and it is working. That's working out quite well. So I'm going to continue doing the afternoon read alouds when I have time. It's not an everyday thing, to help him with his listening. And I'm going to keep going really, and doing what you can do. Now my 6-year-old, she recently performed in a pantomime with her drama school. She really enjoyed it. So if any opportunities like that come up for her, I'm going to try and make sure she can do it, unless I really can't get there with location because I don't drive, because that, you know, really encourage her with that. She's got a book full of rainbow badges, you know, girl guiding, that she can do from home, and she's already completed 2 from home, and she really wants to finish some more, so I'm going to keep doing that with her. And she really loves playing with the baby dolls, so I'm going to make an effort to play with her as much as I can as well while she wants me to. And the 2-year-old the 2-year-old is just the 2-year-old. We're playing with him, and we love his mad little ways. So they're my plans anyway. We know what they say, best laid plans and all that. We'll see what happens. I may well look back on this at the end of 2024 and be like, yeah. None of that happened. So they're my plans. It turned out to be a longer video than what I thought, but yeah, I've got 5 children. And for me personally, I've got to keep trying to find the right balance. I'm trying to do a belly dance to modern music business called Belly Burley. It's on Instagram if you're interested. So I need to keep trying with it, but not let it overtake my role as mum, because that's the whole point to it really. I want to be mum. I don't want to have to go to, you know, I'm not, my husband's ill. I don't, unless I absolutely have to, I don't really want to go out and do 4 to 5 hours a week at Iceland. I want to be mum. And keep eliminating stress and people who stress me out where I can, to keep myself healthy. And I don't know, just carry on really. If you feel like sharing yours, put them in the comments. Mwah!